this is what's going to make you cool. This is what's going to make people want to talk to you. This is what's going to make your conversations so much deeper than they already are. So, you want to become cool. What if I told you it's not about the clothes you wear, how you talk, it's not even about the things you say. Now, I've had people tell me that they think I'm cool. And for so long I hated this, because what does that even mean? It feels so vague. But when I really started to think about what they might mean when people describe me as cool, it started to make a little bit more sense. I think when people describe someone as cool, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're so nonchalant and everything is so effortless what they do. But I think what people mean is that they consider them interesting. They want to learn more about this person. There's a level of depth. And in a cool person, there's a certain mystique that makes this person interesting. The excitement that at any given moment, you will learn more about what makes this person tick. Now, if this sounds obvious, if you're thinking, yeah, obviously everyone has something that I can learn from. Exactly, you get it. You're on the right track. Everyone in this world is interesting, including you, especially you. And my thesis for this video is that to become cool, you have to be interested in people. And if this sounds vague, I understand. But stay with me here, okay? Now listen, I didn't come out of the womb being cool. I wasn't ever told that I was cool until, I don't know, like a couple years ago. You know, I'm clumsy, I'm socially awkward, I'm a nerd about some quite weird things. But I think the coolness that people see in me is curiosity. Through my desire to learn about people, I reflect everything that I've learned in my short time on this earth. You know, I've become a mosaic of books I've read, people I've loved, shows I've watched, and treating my life like a scrapbook. You know, I'm constantly on the search for new information, new people that I can learn from, new experiences that I can reflect this knowledge back out into the world for other people to pick up on. Wow, really. And it's also true that I've been fortunate enough to travel a lot. I have been surrounded by a lot of different people in my life, and there is an element of coolness, of taste that is unfortunately from social class. And there's a really good Professor Sky video covering this topic way better than I ever could, about how class informs personal taste and how sophisticated someone's taste might be. I'll link that in the description because, yeah, great watch. But aside from the social class aspect of personal taste and style, there's also a lot to do with being genuinely curious about the world. This curiosity is available to everyone, you know? No matter what social class you're in, how much money you have, everyone can be curious and want to learn about the world around them. And I'm not making this video to flex that I'm so cool or anything like that. I don't consider myself a cool person, or to even talk about what great taste I have, although I kind of do. But I'm saying that every single person that you think is cool has this same curiosity. And I'm not saying that you have to care about everything. There are obviously things that aren't for you, things that don't resonate with you, and it's also about knowing yourself enough to know what you don't like. Knowing yourself enough to know what you care about, know what resonates with you, and really become an expert in that field, because naturally, you care about this thing. If you want to be cool, you have to engage in culture. And when I use the word culture, I mean your surroundings. I'm using it as an umbrella term for, you know, art, social norms, political systems, your geographical location, everything. Everything that makes your surroundings what they are. To be cool, you have to engage in the world around you. You have to read books, you have to go to events, you have to listen to new music. You have to learn about your world. And everyone's world is different. Everyone's in a different location, everyone has different upbringings, different social norms that they adhere to, and you have to engage with these. And it's the saying, it's cliche, but no one is an island. Everyone exists because of so many different interconnected things that happened at a certain time, and then because of those things, you're here right now. Because of these interconnected factors, you're watching this video of a random person on her fucking bed talking about being cool. You know? And maybe you've heard the term NPC. Maybe you've used it to describe someone negatively. But if you're not familiar, it basically means someone that has no taste. Someone that is seen as basic. I don't love the term. It seems unnecessarily disparaging, but I do think in this context there is some value in it. I think the lack of perceived coolness that we see on an NPC is the fact that they don't really engage in culture. They seem very surface level, and they, as I said in the beginning, they lack this mystique. They don't seem like a person that can teach us anything. It doesn't seem like this person has any layers to peel back and learn more about. I want you to think about the last time you were talking to someone and despite your best efforts, they were giving you absolutely nothing. They were giving you one-word answers, or worse yet, they were giving answers that signified that there wasn't a person underneath it. There wasn't another person to discover underneath the surface. And this might have been happening for one of three reasons. The first reason, maybe there is genuinely nothing under the surface of this person. Highly unlikely, because everyone has their own stories and things that they're just itching to tell people. So I doubt that was it. Because I don't think there's a single person in this world who is a genuine NPC. Someone that has no thoughts, nothing to teach you, no opinions. They just engage in meaningless small talk forever and ever until the day they die. I don't think that person exists. Now, reason number two that this person wasn't engaging in the way that you wanted them to. You're a master of conversation and you're saying all the right things, you're asking all the right questions, but for some reason, this person is suppressing what they really think and what they really want to say. Maybe this is what's happening, but unless you're a comedian by day and a talk show host by night, I don't think you're a master of conversation or whatever you tell yourself to make you feel better. And this brings me on to my third and final, most likely reason that this person is not engaging with you in the way that you want them to. You're probably asking the wrong questions. Let me rephrase that. You're not asking the questions that make this person want to engage meaningfully with you and your conversation. Now, I'm not qualified to tell you what you should be asking. I don't know what the right questions are because, as I said earlier, I'm socially awkward, I'm shy, I'm a little bit of a nerd. I don't know much about that. I'm still figuring that out, okay? But one thing I do have, which I think is infinitely more important than asking the right questions, one thing I do have is curiosity. I don't know exactly what you should say, but I think what you're asking should come from a genuine interest in what this person has to talk about, what this person thinks about a certain thing that's going on, or what makes this person tick. Genuine curiosity. This is what's going to make you cool. This is what's going to make people want to talk to you. This is what's going to make your conversations so much deeper than they already are. And this is so easy. Like, I'm not telling you that there's a certain checklist of questions that you need to ask in every conversation. I'm not saying that you either just know what to say or you don't. All I'm saying is that you just have to be interested in the person that you're talking to. That's literally it. Growing into your coolness is a continuous process. And it doesn't even have to be a conscious process either. I really think that to be cool, you just have to do things. Do what you want to do. Self-repression is the enemy here. It doesn't feel good, and it prevents you from making meaningful connections with the people around you. It's a lose-lose. Why are you doing this to yourself? Now, one of my super nerdy interests is tactics in sports, specifically football tactics. Soccer, if you lean that way. I have talked about this with my friends so many times. People that have absolutely no interest in football or even in sports in general, but what matters is that I'm so passionate and interested in this topic that I can talk about this for hours. And when I talk about it, how everything moves together and how everything is connected on a football field, I'm animated. It's interesting to someone because I'm talking in such a passionate way. I have that undivided attention. And it feels stupid to even say this. It feels stupid to say that I'm a nerd about football tactics. But my point is, caring about something, being passionate about something is the coolest thing you can do. caring about something so much that you don't care about what this person might think of your weird little niche interest. Now, I should emphasize that I am only talking to my friends about this. I'm only talking to my friends about my weird little niche interests. I'm not meeting a person and straight away talking about, did you see that formation that manager used on Saturday in that game? There's a time and place. Don't drop your niche interest on a stranger. That's not cool. You have to build up to it, you know? Small talk, I don't really like small talk either. It's not fun, okay? But it's a means to making your conversations interesting. And it's a means to getting to the things that you actually want to talk about. It's a whole other topic, but your small talk doesn't even have to be boring. It doesn't have to be the same question every time, you know? Maybe I'll do a video on that as well. I don't know. And in our world, we're constantly being stimulated. Everything is on a timer. We're always being grabbed by the next best thing. Convenience culture. Everything is so convenient to access. Every piece of information, we have everything at our fingertips. So it's hard to really dwell on something when our attention is constantly being grabbed. And so I think to truly become cool, you have to engage in your life in a meaningful way. And this could involve building a community about what you enjoy. Ask your friends for book recommendations, for music recommendations. Talk about these things with them. Talk about what you like about that song or that book. And you'll become a mosaic of what you consume, who you love, and you'll become a mosaic that reflects your own life. What you talk about with people will inherently become so interesting because it's what you do. It's what you consume on a daily basis that you can talk at length about. You know, if you like a song, don't settle for, I like this song. Really try and think about what you like about it. Is it the melody in it? Is the bass line really nice to you? Is it really just scratching that itch in your brain? Because let me tell you, when I hear a good bass line, it hits me. It scratches that little itch, okay? Think about what specifically you like about a certain thing, about a certain situation that you're in, and really try to verbalize it. Find the words to describe why you like this, and you not only will you become so much more articulate in what you enjoy, and you will know yourself so much better because you know exactly what it is that draws you to these things. You will also just become an interesting person. And it's really as simple as that. Being able to teach someone something that they couldn't learn from anyone else is the best way to form a meaningful connection, which, by the way, you absolutely can teach someone something that they couldn't get from anywhere else, because, spoiler alert, you're the only person that is you. You're the only person that has your perspectives, that has your opinions. The way you were raised informs your opinions today. No one else was raised in the exact same way as you. You are completely unique, and it's such a cliche. It's so cliche. But you really, truly are the only person that has your experiences, that has your thoughts. You can teach everyone in your life. I feel like I'm so close. I'm so close to saying exactly what I want to say. But I think you get the point. You're the only one. So use your personal touch. Because, side note, I think that's something that we're really losing in the digital age, right? Everything is homogenous. Opinions are becoming text on the screen. It's becoming content. Irony. But what's missing is a personal touch. I'm gonna hold on to this thought, and I'm gonna flesh it out better. I'm completely spitballing right now. We're gonna get there, okay? And whether it's your perspective on a topic that they already know about, or it's something that they have absolutely no interest in, the people that are in your life want to learn your perspective. They want to see your point of view. So what are you waiting for? It's time to become cool.